So now you have what Dan Pena calls your dream team. You have a highly experienced individual to cover each aspect of the business. And business typically has three or four aspects. One is finance, and one is accounting. Another one is the industry experience, and another one is overall M&A, which is mergers and acquisitions, which is buying businesses. So this business model has three or four aspects. You need one expert in each, and you can find them easily and you can pick them. So once you have done this step, you are ready to go and get your external advisors. And this is another extremely important step. So what are the external advisors? These are law firms and accounting firms. And you want the top 3 or top 5 in the region. Why do you want top 3, top 5? Because again, you want names that you don't have to explain about. What type of law firm represents you and what type of accounting firm represents you? I'll get into that. But what type of firm represents you says a lot about your company in the business world. And when you go to raise financing from, a high net worth individual or a bank, and they see you have your whole dream team and you have top international law firm, your odds of getting financing just increased by 3 times. So if you have audited financials, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but if you have financial statements that are audited by top accounting firms, your chances of getting funding based on those financials just went 3 times. And that's, again, the recommendation of Dan Pena, that you do this. And this is the reason why you want them representing you. Because things are taken, you're treated very differently when you have these firms on your team. And more importantly, these firms have big contacts. They have done deals with a lot of people. They have leverage on a lot of people, and they can get a lot of things done because of the position that they're in. And having them on your side, even if you have to pay a big price for it, these are the firms that you engage. Now, how do you engage these firms when you have no money, if you ask? So Dan Pena actually reveals a strategy of how you can engage these firms and have these names on your board without paying them initially. So you come up with a fee structure that they'll do the work, and they will invoice you the fees, whatever the fees needs to be for that amount of work, but you will not have to pay until you do your first deal. So you could have a clause that, yes, you can charge the fees, but we will only pay the fees once we acquire the first business, and then from that business we can pay. Or when you finance the business, you can overfinance it and you can pay for lawyers and accounting firms. So why do you need law and accounting firms? The law firms simply because of the paperwork, and any business that you're acquiring may have legal issues. So the law firm needs to investigate into those legal issues, tell you if there are any red flags, if everything is in legal compliance. Some businesses have illegal practices, so the law firms can easily detect if this is within regulation or without or outside of the regulation. That's why law firms are very important, and accounting firms are extremely important because they are going to analyze the financial health of the business, whether the business is actually showing you the numbers that are actually there, or is it just smoke and mirror? Are they lying in their financial statements? So when you go to buy a company, you ask for their legal licenses, legal contracts, and their financial information. This is what you are looking at when you look at the company. So if you have an accounting firm validating that and doing due diligence, investigation on these businesses and creating an investigation report, a due diligence report, it's not called an investigation report, it's called a due diligence report, then you can use these reports in your fundraising process and there is an added credibility to the numbers, and your chances of getting financing once again increased. So this is why you have law firms and accounting firms. Now you have the dream team, you have the law firm, you have the accounting firm, you're dressed up in a nice 3-piece suit, and this is the time to now go and interview banks. And now Dan Pena talks about how do you interview banks, how do you speak to them, how do you, socialize with them, and warm them up for financing. And we'll talk about this concept in the next video. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and be mentored by me, you can actually set up a free consultation call. I'm going to leave a link below to get in touch with me on my, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn profiles, and my email address. So you can get in touch with me and you can set up a free consultation call with me. And if you want to learn how to do this, how to execute this, how to make your dreams reality, how to make this business model work for yourself, if this is something you feel and you're beginning to feel that is something I can do, then reach out to me and we'll work out a plan. I can only work with 3 or 4 people in the next over 3 to 6 months. I cannot actually handle too many clients because these mentorship and consultation happen one-on-one. So I only have so much time in the day, and I have my own business that I run. So I cannot take more than 3 or 4 clients. So make sure that you get in touch with me fast, and then we'll see what can be worked out. All right. I'll talk to you soon.